guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Game, and it's something about Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Promises to Keep. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright, my stomach chooses that moment to growl loudly. Apparently I'm focused on dinner first. Ollie's stomach responds and his cheeks go red. Me too! I forgot I hadn't eaten anything today. I blink in alarm. Nothing at all? Since this morning? You're going downstairs to eat some dinner right now. I remember with a pang of irony that I also hadn't eaten anything today. Well, Ollie doesn't need to know that. I have to collect Rofi and Hunter, but I'll see you in the kitchen. Okay. The only thing is, I have to finish up a few things here first, and I'll never know where I left off. I'll be down soon, I promise. Okay, you'd better. See ya. Play ya. I leave Ollie to his work and walk down to the hall to Rofi's room. I hear the sound of video games and voices before I even reach the open door. Guess they're both here. The two of them are sprawled in front of the TV, Rofi hunched over his controller, Hunter spread out flat on his belly, footballs kicking the air. Looks like they're playing a racing game. A devious smile spreading across my face, I called loudly from the doorway. Don't mess up! Oh, that's a cute face! Rofi yelps and jumps, clearing an impressive height, and his cart flies right off the map into the abyss. Leo, that's not fair! That doesn't count! Hunter bursts into raucous laughter as he crosses the finish line and triumphant music plays. I dodge a hastily thrown pillow, holding back the giggles myself. Hey, it's dinner time, you guys. Artemis made food for all of us. Oh, sick! The raccoon pulls himself up off the floor and discards his controller. Oh, what did he make? No idea, but it smells delicious. We'll see when we get down there. Well, what are we waiting around for? Let's go! We make another stop at Ollie's room to remind him about dinner. And then all four of us start heading to the kitchen, following our noses and growling stomachs, enjoying the smell wafting through the house. The cavalry has arrived. Artemis looks up from the stove, scans down the line until he sees Ollie, then nods at me, a silent thank you. There you all are. So, we're gonna start with salad and breadsticks, obviously. Yeah, we're eating at the Olive Garden, boys! Obviously. How much food did he make? Then the main course is baked sea bass, potato puree, and carrots on the side. I hope I made enough for everybody. Wow, that's really good sounding. And before we begin, let me apologize. This isn't my best work. Bro, what do you mean? It smells delicious! It certainly does, and at the moment I'm hungry enough not to care what it is. There's something about the smell of good food that just makes everyone feral. I could have done better with higher quality ingredients and more time, but this will do. Artemis, I'm sure it's delicious, and regardless, we're all grateful for it. Theo's reply is reassuringly warm, voicing the group's opinion at large. Well, I warned you. Here, line up with plates and I'll serve. No coffee time. There we go. That's the good stuff. Plate by plate, Artemis creates gorgeous-looking dishes for everyone, and before long, all six of us are sitting around the kitchen table digging in. Everything was spectacular, of course. Sometimes it really feels like the quality of the food is directly proportional to how much the chef complains about it. Artemis, this is delicious! It's decent, but I'll do better tomorrow night. Artemis looks pointedly at Theo. You'll let me cook tomorrow too, right? Theo laughs, covering his mouth with a paw, and waits to finish chewing. Artemis, you're free to come make dinner for me whenever you like. Easy there, Grandpa. That wasn't an open invitation. I take a moment to look around the table at my new housemates. I can basically see the stars in Rofi's eyes as he shovels down his food, as I expected he still eats like a maniac. Hunter, however, is giving him a serious run for his money. The two of them create an honestly hilarious tableau, both so intense and focused on their dinner. I can't help but giggle a bit, watching them eat. Hunter looks up from his plate for a second. Hey, what are you laughing at, Leo? Nothing, it's just fun watching you two eat. Agreed, you two haven't got anywhere to be, you know. Take your time, savor it. Rofi and Hunter shake their heads in unison and return to their serious work. Ollie, looking over at Ollie, I can see that he's also enamored, but in a different way. The Dino's eyes are soft and thoughtful, his lip curled into a slight smile as he takes small, deliberate bites. I know his expression well. If he were a cat, he'd be purring loudly right now. I get it. At the moment, I'm struggling to hold back my own purrs. Despite his cool veneer, Artemis's eyes are flicking around the table, clearly gauging everyone's reactions to the food. Theo seems ecstatic, but in his usual quiet way. I know he's enjoying the food, but from the way he looks around the table, it seems he's enjoying the company more. I think back to that moment on the stairs and look in his eyes, the hitch in his voice. Dinner progresses with little talking, all of us firmly occupied with our plates. As things start to wind down, Artemis sets down his fork and stands. You all better have room for dessert. I didn't slave away over a hot stove for my work to go unappreciated. Dessert? I have never seen someone so excited in my life. Artemis gets up and makes his way to the oven. He swings the door open carefully, and we're all greeted by the warm sense of cinnamon and vanilla. I can practically feel the table vibrate with anticipation as Artemis extracts the dish and brings it to us. He sets it down, but before anyone moves, he speaks up. Hold up now. Don't get any ideas. I have to grab the glaze first. None of us had noticed the small pot still simmering on the stove. He uncovers it, brings it over, and starts drizzling the sticky glaze over the dessert. Then he sets the pot down and starts dividing the dessert into slices. A thump-thump sound breaks the silence as we look over to Rofi, whose tail is beating against his seat in anticipation. The table breaks out into laughter, minus Rofi, still laser-focused on Artemis's movements. The bird smiles and generously gives him the first plate. So, we have a pretty simple bread pudding for dessert, topped with a sweet bourbon drizzle. I don't do desserts super often, but I hope this is decent. Artemis's introduction is interrupted by a gasp from Ruffy. This is so yummy! God. Seems like you have your verdict, Artemis. Let's eat before it gets cold. Some light chatter happens during dessert, but everyone is mostly focused on the sugary goodness that Artemis put together. It really is the perfect ending to a satisfying meal. After a few more minutes of conversation, folks start to peel off. Theo gets up to first collect everyone's plates, firmly shooing Artemis away when he inevitably tries to help. The Blue Jay is the next to bail, Ollie trailing close behind him, both of them engrossed in their phones. Hunter lets out a yawn and does a huge full-body stretch, filling what seems like most of the kitchen with his arms. I think I might go lie down. Hunter nudges Rofi gently, but it looks like he's already fallen asleep in his chair, a soft, content smile on his puppy face. Huh? I'm heading upstairs. You coming? Rofi nods drowsily and gets up, playfully leaning on Hunter as they leave the table. Hunter calls back to the kitchen. Have a good night, y'all! Both Theo and I call back to him, sending him and Rofi off. Then Theo turns to me. You done with your plate, Leo? Oh, yeah, I think so. Do you want me to help with the dishes? Nope, not at all. I like doing them. It gives me time to think. The thing, I like doing dishes too. It gives me time to catch up on some videos. You're free to entertain yourself however you wish. I'm giving you the rest of the night off. Theo chuckles at his own joke as he starts loading plates into the dishwasher. I stand up slowly, feeling warm and pleasantly full. Outside, the wind howls and beats at the windows. The snow still hasn't stopped. I wasn't quite ready for bed, but it seemed like Ruffy and Hunter were both calling it a night. That left Artemis and Ollie? I wonder what each of them is up to. Who should I spend time with? Oh, I can't go with Ruffy. Why? Damn it. Okay, we'll go with Ollie. Little reptile man. I decide I'm due to spend some time with Ollie as I enter the living room. As I enter the living room, I run into him. He's standing in the middle of the room, lost in his phone. Not quite blocking the path, but not quite out of the way yet. Must be really absorbed in something. Hey! I try my best not to startle him, but fail anyway. Oh! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm totally in your way here. Let me move. Nope, you're good. I wanted to talk to you, actually. What are you up to? Y'all, do you think the voice I'm doing for Ollie is good? Just let me know in the comments. Nothing really. Just scrolling. I know what you mean, yeah. Hey, do you have any plans for tonight? Ollie fiddles with his phone, spinning it between his claws so fast I'm afraid he'll drop it. Well, no. That was, sort of what I was thinking about. Oh, did you want to show me your desktop setup like we were talking about earlier? The dino flushes a little, his eyes wandering the room, the twirling phone starting to spin faster. Well, yes, I do, but there were a lot of things to do, and I got a little sidetracked. Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll do that tomorrow or whenever, no pressure. Ollie makes eye contact then. He stops spinning his phone and, like clockwork, begins to shuffle his feet. I still have my laptop, though. We could watch something. One of my favorite YouTube channels always updates today, and I was gonna watch the new episode, so if you're interested in that, then... The words spill out of his mouth in a jumble, almost as if he's afraid he won't get them in the out time. Sure, that sounds fun. My phone buzzes in my pocket and a thought occurs to me. As long as you don't mind if I answer some messages during, now that the news has spread about the storm, I should probably let people know that I'm okay. Unless all those notifications were just from Ruffy and Hunter blowing up the group chat. No, that's totally fine. I always do other stuff while I'm watching too, so it's just kind of on in the background a bit, but I promise it's funny. I really like the hosts. Alright, lead the way then. Oh, right, sorry. He leads me up the stairs and down the left path to his room, hesitating for a moment at the door. Sorry again about the mess. Ollie opens the door and heads in first, kicking aside discarded clothes on his way to the bed. I follow, getting a closer look at the room now that he's had more time to set it up. The guest bed is in significant disarray, with most of its expanse taken up by the largest laptop I've ever seen. I can see the famous desktop sitting under a nearby table, with 3 expansive and no doubt expensive monitors crowding the surface. Yep. A thicket of different colored cables covered the remaining space, the disconnected ends that gathered in a pile on the floor. That tracks. Ollie would have bad cable management. I'll finish setting it up tomorrow, and you can see it then. But is it cool if we use my laptop for tonight? Yeah, of course. Don't mind. Okay, thanks. Ollie scoots the computer over long enough to sit down and opens it up. You should be able to see it from here. He pats the empty space next to him with a claw, excitement plain in his demeanor. I plop myself down onto the comfortable bed and slide up to the headboard so I can see the screen. My eyes widen voluntarily at the sight. My computer desktop can get a little cluttered, but Ollie's looks like a 52 pickup game at the scene of a car crash. He doesn't even seem to notice it, however. His practiced claws pick needles out of the haystack, and in seconds the video is open and the theme is playing. Hey, do you mind if I open some other windows too? Normally I'd have 3 monitors to work with, but... He gestures to the tech pile on a nearby desk. Fine with me. I watched with growing awe as he rearranges 2 other browser windows with their own muted videos playing, what looks like a turn-based RPG, which he leaves running in the background, and finally fishes his phone out of his pocket to boot up some sort of card game. A children's card game? Suddenly I feel very old and very slow. Is the volume high enough for you? What? I realize I haven't been paying attention to the video at all. From its spot in the top right corner of the screen, it looks like someone is drawing something. Some kind of art show? Yes, it's fine. So, what's the prompt? Okay, this kid has, like, major ADHD. Holy shit. Didn't you hear the intro? My eyes drift back over the RPG as it plays itself. Bright characters with shining weapons dashing across the screen to slay enemies. No, actually, sorry. Ollie laughs, a high-pitched sparkling sound, worlds different from his usual muted voice. He turns to me with a huge, toothy smile. That's okay, I'll start it over. I'm not sure how much that will help, but there's so much going on that it's really hard for me to focus on anything, but I nod anyway. It felt nice to make Ollie laugh, I realize. Nice to see him start to open up like this, even if I have to work to keep up with him. I guess I could ask him to explain some of the stuff. He might enjoy talking about it. Do you mind telling me more about this YouTube channel? Sure. They're professional artists, and they take prompts from viewers to draw certain things. And the kinds of prompts they take very wildly, too. Like this week they're drawing characters based on different kinds of flowers. But last week they did a more serious art challenge where they picked one color and tried to make paintings using only shades of that color. I learned a ton about color theory and different kinds of values. The final pieces were all really cool. Sounds hard. I've done a bit of drawing over the years, but I never got very good at it. Are you an artist? Oh, no, God, no, definitely not. I can't draw to save my life. I mean, I think it might be cool, but... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!